Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre on what has been a politically explosive day for the UPA government. The CBI has told the Supreme Court that one of its reports on the coal scam was shared with Law Minister Ashwani Kumar and officials of the Prime Minister's office. While the government continues to defend itself, has the Law Minister's position become completely untenable? And in fact, as the BJP says, should the Prime Minister take responsibility? Has this eroded the credibility of the UPA? That's going to be our big debate. I'm Nidhi Razdan, and let's get straight to the top story. In a major political embarrassment for the UPA, CBI Director Ranjit Sinha today told the Supreme Court that a draft of the agency's status report on the coal scam was shared with Law Minister Ashwani Kumar and senior officials of the Prime Minister's office and coal ministry as desired by them. However, the affidavit is silent on whether any changes were made to that draft. The Congress at the moment is backing Ashwani Kumar, saying there's been no wrongdoing because the final report was not seen by the government. But the BJP has upped their attack. They say this has gone way beyond the Law Minister and straight to the Prime Minister's doorstep.
A bombshell by CBI Director Ranjit Sinha. He's told the top court that Law Minister Ashwani Kumar had indeed asked to see CBI's report on the coal scam before it was presented in Supreme Court. The report was also shared with officials of the Prime Minister's office and coal ministry as desired by them. But he said the latest status report that was submitted to the court today has not been shared with the government and promised they wouldn't share in future as well.
Now we have already filed it in the Supreme Court and now it is in the public domain. I don't have to say anything more about that.
The CBI chief's admission sparked a massive political storm.
Only reinforces our demands which we are making in the parliament for him to resign and the Law Minister to be sacked.
It's not a question of you, the principal opposition party and the Congress party fighting out between each other. There is a degree of match fixing here.
But as the UPA huddled in a meeting for some damage control, the message was very clear. The government was going to brazen it out till at least the bench heard the matter in Supreme Court.
The Law Minister is not resigning. The content of the report, much of it is provided by the coal ministry. At some point of time, the Prime Minister was holding the portfolio of coal. So some content is provided from there. Then there is a legal aspect of it. The final report has not been seen by the political executive.
Law Minister Ashwani Kumar said the same to the Prime Minister in a meeting. He did not offer to resign but instead told the Prime Minister to wait for the Supreme Court hearing on the case next week before taking the next step. Ashwani Kumar also assured the Prime Minister that there is no case against either the coal ministry or the law ministry.
While the government maintains that the Law Minister is not going anywhere, the opposition is only increasing its pressure. But all eyes will now be on the Supreme Court, where this matter now comes up next Tuesday, where even the petitioners in this case say that they will be putting forth many questions to the CBI. They say that the affidavit filed by the CBI director in effect hides more than it reveals.
With Bureau Inputs in New Delhi, Sunetra Chaudhary for NDTV.
And so, does the buck stop with the Prime Minister as well? Is this a scandal that goes way beyond the Law Minister, as the BJP says? Should the Prime Minister also take responsibility? Well, we'll have our panel joining us shortly. Joining us right now, we have Mr. D.R. Karthikeyan, the former director of the CBI. Abid Rasool Khan, senior Congress leader, joins us from Hyderabad. We have Rajya Sabha MP from the BJP, Mr. Chandan Mitra, and our commentator tonight, Aarti Jairath. Let me first take that question to Mr. Karthikeyan. Mr. Karthikeyan, when you look at what the CBI's affidavit says, it doesn't really put the CBI in the greatest light either, because many would say that the agency compromised itself and its so-called independence by showing the status report to the government in the first place.
Well, I think the affidavit of the Director CBI, as it appears in the media, states the factual position. He has just said what has happened, actually. And he said he had shown it to the persons concerned in the government as decided by them. He has not voluntarily taken anything to them. And he says he has also assured that there is no changes made in the report submitted to the court. And also the final report has not been shared with anyone else.
And you believe that? I mean, Mr. Karthikeyan, excuse my skepticism here, but there are two things that I extrapolate from that. One, that, even if it was desired, as the affidavit says, by the Law Minister and the PMO to see this report, why should it be shown to them at all? Mr. Ranjit Sinha could have said, no, it's inappropriate. These are the ministries, or at least the PMO certainly, that is under a cloud over these coal allocations. Secondly, how do we know that no change was made between the draft and the final report? How is this appropriate?
That we will not know, only the court will decide. Court will know, will come to know, and it is between the director CBI and the court. We will not be able to speculate on that. On the question whether it should have been shared at all, particularly on a matter which has been monitored by the highest court, the apex court, and where it said it need not, the political executive need not be kept in the picture. Yes, the director could have explained to them that such matter cannot be shown to them.
Okay, so you do admit there has been a clear failing on the CBI's part as well. Let me get first comments then from the opposition. Mr. Chandan Mitra, to you first. The government's defense today has been, well, this was a draft report that was shown to the Law Minister and two officials. The final report was not vetted by them, and therefore, we rest our case. Is that a very weak argument in your view?
No, I think it's absolutely hilarious kind of things, and the CBI and the government are tying themselves up in knots. Let us start where we should start. The CBI told the court on the 12th of March that they have not shown the draft report to anybody, and the court directed that this should not be shown to any political authority before being presented to the court. So first and foremost, the CBI is in contempt of court for having shown this report in the first place. The draft report, final report, this is not relevant. The court suspected that the report had been shown, which is why they asked the CBI specifically not to show it, and said that now put this down in an affidavit. Now they have put it down in an affidavit and admitted that they have shown it. I mean, what is this hair splitting that the Congress is trying to indulge in and saying it is not the final report, it is only the draft report? The court has said don't show any report, and they are not supposed to show any report. Now, not just did they show the report, there were changes made. In other words, the CBI willingly allowed the government to tamper with their findings.